I'm Mattar, the CEO of Ras al Khaimah Tourism Development Authority.
Thank you very much for joining us today on day one of World Travel Market here in London. And we're here to talk about Ras al Khaimah and its development. I know that Ras al Khaimah Tourism Development Authority revealed earlier this year that the Emirate's on track to surpass its annual visitor target. As we approach the end of the year, where do we stand on that?
We're very much on track, as you mentioned. We started off, if you like, in 2014 with only 500,000 visitors, and in 2016 we have done a phenomenal growth to reach 820,000 visitors, which was an 11% growth on the 2015 numbers. Now, what we've set for ourselves is a 3-year target to reach 1 million visitors by 2018. The target for 2017 is 900,000 visitors, and we're well on track to achieve that, and then we'll be ready for the million visitors by the end of 2018. So now, the bigger target, though, is 2025 to reach 3 million visitors.
Incredible. So positive times.
Absolutely.
And I know that Ras al Khaimah Tourism Development Authority has also announced that the world's longest and highest zip line will officially open on the UAE's highest peak at the end of this year, I believe. What will this add to the destination?
Well, inspired by the Via Ferrata, which was built as the first commercial Via Ferrata in the UAE on Jebel Jais, and we saw the demand for this sort of activities, we've then decided to look at going further into something new and different, and hence the idea about building, the longest zip line in the world. The longest zip line in the world today is 2.2 kilometers, and it's in Puerto Rico, and we are going to beat that record by far. Now, what this means to the Emirate is really helping us more to position ourselves as the adventure hub of the Middle East. And that's what we're focused on. That's what we want to drive in really attracting more of the millennials and the adventure enthusiasts out there.
That's your target?
That's our target.
And I know it's busy times for the Emirate. You're also going to be welcoming the Arabian Hotel Investment Conference in 2017, along with the World Travel Awards Middle East Gala Ceremony. So how did this come about, and what do you think hosting these two very prestigious events offers to the hospitality sector in the region?
Well, obviously, after 13 successful years of AHIC in Dubai, we've had discussions with Bench and Reed about giving us an opportunity as Ras al Khaimah to also showcase, the destination, the investment opportunities, and also what we can do for this particular event. I think that was well received by the organizers, and they've done various site inspections, and they're very thorough, and we had to meet certain criteria, and we were very proud to be selected to host the next AHIC in Ras al Khaimah. Now, this means a lot to the investors and the investor community, but also the existing hotel owners in Ras al Khaimah, bringing in key investors and key speakers from across the globe to come into the destination and be able to look at what sort of investment opportunities are available, what is our strategy in terms of growth, and what kind of product we are looking to build for the future.
Fantastic to hear. And we talked a little earlier about the dramatic increase in visitor numbers, particularly I think over the last 2 years as well. How has this been achieved?
Through various partnerships with tour operators and travel agents and airlines, but also really key are trade shows like WTM that we're in today, where it is a platform for us to meet and host events as well, meet with media and trade, and focus on introducing not just events and activities, but also product, like we talk about the zip line, and people are always thirsty for something new, something different, something that really sort of, not the beaten track, but away from the sea of sameness. Now, of course, we leverage the natural assets of Ras al Khaimah in order to explore further, the appetite of such tourists who seek this kind of tourism. And we travel around the world, with roadshows and exhibitions like this to deliver the message and also really present what we have to offer from value for money, pristine beaches, beautiful resorts, an amazing desert, great mountain activities and events, and of course, beautiful sea. Now, I also always say this for those adventure enthusiasts. We have obviously people who like to do zip line and dive in the sea and do a desert safari. They can do that all in one day in Ras al Khaimah.
So many experiences in a short space of time.
In a short space of time, yes.
So you're obviously becoming known then for adventure tourism. And I always think of the Emirate as being famous for its cultural heritage. What else, and sustainable tourism, what else would you say that you have to offer?
Well, adventure is only one of the key sort of focuses we have. Culture, heritage, Arabian authenticity, but also wellness tourism is also part of our target. Now, Ras al Khaimah has preserved this Arabian authenticity, its culture, and its heritage. And until today, people who hike in the mountains, they will encounter villages with Bedouins who still live in the mountains in stone houses today. So it's great experiences. They're humble people. They're always hospitable and ask people to join them for a tea. And these are the sort of things that we want to continue to promote. Now, of course, the population also plays a key role. We're 350,000 people residing in Ras al Khaimah. 35% of the population are the local Emiratis. That's a lot more than the other Emirates, which means you get to see them more, you interact with them more, and they're always happy to give guidance and suggestions on what to see, what to do in Ras al Khaimah.
Great to hear. So, yeah, very, very authentic. And I wonder now if you could tell us a little bit about the new tourism strategy that the Emirates launched, Destination 2019.
So Destination 2019 was actually launched in January 2016, and it had the 3-year targets of 1 million visitors by the end of 2018, extending the length of stay. Our contribution to the GDP was also one of the targets, and the 4th target was really focused on visitor satisfaction and the whole visitor experience. We are well on track on achieving our targets. From length of stay, we've seen a fantastic growth of about 10%. The revenues have grown at 15%. Our contribution to GDP has grown by 5.7%. So we are really on track to achieve those targets for 2018 and beyond.
Exciting times. And you've also been a participant in the UN World Trade Organization International Year of World Tourism Development. So perhaps you can shed a little bit of light on this for us.
Sustainable tourism is one of our key pillars, and when the UNWTO dedicated 2017 to be the Sustainable Year for Development, we knew we had to be part of this and support the UNWTO's mission. So we've become a sponsor. I've spoken at different events with the UNWTO, and I've had the opportunity to interact with different stakeholders and key partners. And we recently commissioned the UNWTO to come to Ras al Khaimah and run an investigation across the different establishments and entities and the entire emirate to give us a report that allows us to see the gap in terms of sustainability, and then which will then allow us to start to put actions in place for the hotels and the tourism establishments to achieve in order to ensure that we build for a sustainable future.
That makes sense, thank you. And Ras al Khaimah is the northernmost emirate in the United Arab Emirates, and perhaps some might say it's overshadowed a little bit by its louder, bigger neighbours, Dubai, Abu Dhabi. What can you do to grow out of their shadow as a tourism destination?
I would have agreed to that maybe 2 years ago, but from 2 years ago we have actually rebranded Ras al Khaimah, repositioned Ras al Khaimah, and have done so much more in order to give it its own identity, but also for us to be able to complement what Abu Dhabi and Dubai have to offer for travelers. So we're not offering the same offers that the other Emirates have to do, and I think Dubai has done a great job in positioning itself as a city escape with the tallest tower in the world, the biggest shopping mall. They focus more on retail tourism, and that's great. And Abu Dhabi with its culture tourism, the Louvre just opened, and for us, we're not in a rush to build the tallest tower or the biggest shopping mall.
Taking a different approach.
Very much different. We are building sustainable tourism. We're building ecotourism. We're building nature-based adventure activities that require body weights to enjoy and for you to endure challenges that nature gives you. Not building anything that's mechanical or run by engines or yes, absolutely. We're also blessed with 64 kilometers of pristine beaches, uninterrupted by any construction. We still have a great ecosystem in the beaches, and we've got a great wildlife. Today, when you drive through the desert of Ras al Khaimah, you'll be encountered by camels. You'll see foxes. You'll see deer. You see oryx, all in their own natural habitats.
In many ways, the Middle East of your imagination.
Exactly, absolutely. It's the authentic Arabia.
Okay, Thank you. And one last question for you today. We're speaking here at World Travel Market. Are there any initiatives for the travel trade at WTM that you can perhaps share with us?
The real good initiative right now, what we've launched, is called the Travel Masters, which is an online training portal for the travel trade. And the reason we've gone that route is we've done various fam trips to invite media and trade into Ras al Khaimah to educate them about what the destination has to offer so they know what they're selling. But obviously, due to the somewhat high turnover in the travel trade, where people leave after a year or so, then we have to start all over again. I think what we decided to do is have this portal which has a number of videos and about 3 modules that we start with, educating them on culture and heritage, on adventure and on wellness tourism, and that really keeps people refreshed. And then you have to get a certificate at the end of this module, of completing these modules, which then allows you to sell Ras al Khaimah as a destination. And for us, A, we know that we have experienced people selling the destination, and B, we know that we're keeping people refreshed of our offerings.
Great idea. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
We wish you and Ras al Khaimah every continued success, and please enjoy the rest of WTM.
Thank you for your time. My pleasure.